Honorable Alex Mascot, representing Abia South, Abia North Federal Constituency, has finally apologized. But I want us to listen to his exact words in that thing he said, or in that apology that he made, and let's discuss and go in details his exact words as to whether that is an apology or it's not an apology. Take a look.
Rise and speak very briefly concerning the incident that took place on October 27th of 2024 involving myself and a citizen, Mr. Stephen Abuetseya, an e-hailing cab driver. What began as a misunderstanding regrettably escalated into actions and remarks that do not reflect the values that I hold dear, nor those. As a member of the esteemed House, I deeply regret my words and actions that occurred at the heat of the moment, and I take full responsibility for how this exchange has impacted on the citizen, Mr. Abutseya, his family, and the entire public. I acknowledge that I am human, thus infallible. And in recognizing the significance of the role as a public servant, I am mindful of the weight of my words and actions and how they may have affected those that I represent. Since the incident, Citizen Abutseya and I have engaged in alternative dispute resolution methods, and I am pleased to inform this Honorable House that we have reached a respectful and constructive resolution. Additionally, my sincere apologies to the leadership of the House, my honorable colleagues, and the entire National Assembly as a whole for any deficit of goodwill that this particular incident may have caused. I am aware that my actions reflect not only on myself, but also the esteemed institution, the trust that the public places in us. This experience has served as a humbling reminder of the need for restraint and self-control, particularly in challenging situations. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues.
This your personal explanation looks like a lead debate. It's like an essay.
Mr. Speaker.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking. Mr. Speaker, am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, this experience has been especially disheartening as it stands in the contrast to the positive strides that we have made in my constituency of Aba North and Aba South, particularly in the areas of health, education, and empowerment. Nevertheless, it serves as a teachable moment, Mr. Speaker, for all of us in public office that is held in high standards. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I just want to state once again that I am human. Even though things were said, and those things I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past, and let us forge forward. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to tender this apology, Mr. Speaker. Thank you. Yes, sir.
I regret my actions. He used the word regrettably twice. I take full responsibility. Despite the provocation, I shouldn't have responded the way I did. He used the word I apologize twice. The first apology was for this House of Reps, while the second apology was to Nigerians. Was that an apology? Yes, that's an apology. An apology carries the words, one, accepting that you did it. If you argue that you didn't do something, it's no longer an apology. If you're trying to justify what you did, it's not an apology. In that speech, there was no justification. It was remorseful, it was apologetic, and he took responsibility for what he did, and he regretted what he did. That's an apology. Check. Because some people are saying that that's not an apology. No, we are learned in this country. That's an apology. If that's an apology, if that is not an apology, what else is an apology? Another thing he said over there is that him and the cab driver have reached a constructive and objective conclusion. That is what I'm interested in. The cab driver, we need to hear from you. At a time like this, you shouldn't keep quiet. All the bloggers in Nigeria, all the creators, including myself, rebuked this honorable member and told him that what he did was wrong. What he said was wrong. So the driver, we want to hear from you to know what that resolution is all about. Let it not just be that the honorable member said it in the house. We want to hear from the driver. Have you guys settled? Have you forgiven him and all that? Let's also take a look at how all this is happening. I'm happy and I'm excited that that's to teach Nigerians that one thing I love the Igbos for is that the Igbos are not hypocritical. When you do good, typically Igbo go tell you say you do good. When you do bad, Igbo go tell you bam 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 bam. You know the reason why you are wrong here. Let others learn from us in the area of calling a spade a spade. Because if others outside the Igbos can call out their politicians and point to their politicians and say you are wrong, this is wrong, change it, then I think Nigeria will be a better place. Well, I keep my fingers crossed for now, but Honorable Alex Mascot, you need to be more careful on your outburst and how you react to anger. And we should keep our eyes on that driver, that boat driver. If anything goes wrong, we might need to know who to hold. We know they paint anything for this particular place. What is bad, and what is good, no matter who is involved. So, Honorable has apologized. Nigerians, he said we should forgive him. Should we forgive him? Noting that he is human. Let's discuss in the comment space.